welcome back to another RWBY discussion. It's been a while. I'm your only mate, and with me as always is...
Max, a few trades. I was going to say it's been a while, but you said it before I could, because it's been so long you didn't know how to do the intro.
Yeah, and I suppose we should talk about, like, why it's been a while, aside from just being busy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just a busy thing. So this little old event may have gone down. You may or may not have heard of it. I mean, I guess some of you could be living under a rock for all I know. So Rooster Teeth is freaking dead. Like, they are gone.
That still hurts me, by the way.
Yeah, and so naturally when the company that makes your favorite show goes under, you're like, so what happens to it? And we didn't know, and the whole situation just really kind of made me depressed, and I didn't want to think about it.
Yeah.
And what are we supposed to do anyway? Come over here and then talk like, well, show might be dead forever. Like, that's a bummer of a podcast.
Now, you want to get an idea of how much it hurt for me?
Sure.
A long-time dream of mine was actually to end up working there.
Yeah, I assumed as such.
Yeah,
you held it in very... You held Rooster Teeth in all aspects of it in very high regard.
Not all, but anyway.
Okay, well, the greater majority, you get what I mean. The point is, you enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, so when I first saw that post, like, one of the articles, to say it hurt would be an understatement.
Yeah, I get it. I understand, man. It was, I mean, it's so weird and kind of surreal. I mean, we'll talk about it a little bit, because, you know, there's a sort of happy-ish twist at the very end, so, you know, we can talk about it. It was surreal when I actually saw it announced that they were closing their doors, because, like, the pragmatist of that I am, I'm always looking at, you know, statistics and trends and all that jazz. And if you followed Rooster Teeth hard enough, you should have known and seen this coming. But at the same time, it's like, to actually see it get announced and everybody say, like, yep, it's actually happening. It's like, oh, that's such a bummer. Like, I in my head, I knew it was coming, but, like, you're still not really prepared for when you actually hear it properly announced.
Yeah, and,
yeah.
then all the,
trying to give you the floor there.
Yeah, just then all the streams happened, like, all the, tears, like, uncertainty of, like, a lot of shows' futures. The only thing we knew at the time was the, Red vs. Blue was ending.
Yeah.
And was getting its proper send-off.
Yeah, so, I mean, at the very least, the show that put them on the map in the first place got a definitive way to go out, so, I mean, that's good.
Yeah. Did you ever see it, by the way?
Oh, I did not.
Oh.
But then again, I haven't seen the last couple seasons of Red vs. Blue, so, I mean, I can't really watch the
This isn't
final
really connected.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't remember the last time I saw the Blood Gulch crew. I think I need to just watch from the start at that point. It's been a long time, man.
Would be a great ride as well. I can vouch for that. Roll laughs.
True enough. So, yeah, basically, nobody really had any idea what was going to happen to literally anything.
Yeah, I think also Camp ended, like, for good. The only thing we knew is, like, there was a chance for RWBY and Death Battle.
I mean, it was more so that, like, I mean, when you get right down to the brass tacks of the situation, when it came to, like, the productions of Rooster Teeth, those were, like, the three things, you know, like, the big deals. There was other stuff, but the big deals of Rooster Teeth were RWBY, Death Battle, and Red vs. Blue. And Red vs. Blue was getting its definitive endings, and everyone was like, but what about death battle in RWBY. And so, like, the actual people behind it had to go, like, we don't have an answer for you, but we're looking into it. Yeah. So,
also, I will just...
That was ominous.
I will just throw out there, was something I think Michael does with Alfredo and a few others that's still going.
Alfredo? And, like the pasta?
No, the guys from Achievement Hunter.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway, so like they're still doing their thing together. I forget what it's called. I feel kind of bad.
I didn't know that. That's actually good to hear.
And there's this D&D sort of show like, with little sock puppets that Barbara's a part of, Stinky Dragon.
It was like, yeah, I thought it was the Drunken Dragon, but you would know better. But yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
so that's another thing.
That's gone independent.
Yeah, so you know, like not everything died, but the main issue was the fact that Achievement Hunter and a D&D game, like show sort of thing.
Well, it's not even just Achievement Hunter, really.
Well, I know. I'm just trying to say, compared to say something like RWBY, you can get the same, or at least as many of the same people to regroup and do the exact same thing under a different name if you absolutely had to. Whereas with something with RWBY, it was a whole ass show and a production with like a huge ass budget and crap and all that stuff. So like there was a huge question mark on that one. It's much harder to believe that they would have been able to do something with that, especially. Yeah. Because for a good chunk of time, we didn't even know who the hell owned the show's rights.
Yeah, I remember seeing an article that, like, Warner Brothers were, like, looking... Screw you, Warner Brothers. Were looking to sell RWBY and... I think there was,
stuff,
I think there was one other thing in there. I'm not sure if it was Red vs. Blue, because all you could really sell is, like, what website streams it.
Yeah, there's not really much... There's not much there.
And... Genlock, who cares about Genlock?
Yeah. Who the hell? Genlock's the reason this all happened. Man, anyway. So,
I blame Grey Haddock.
You should. It was his fault. Anywho, so, like, we didn't have any idea who owned it or what was gonna happen. Like, was the series just gonna, like, sit in a vault, never to be seen or heard from again? Was it gonna be sold to whoever the hell felt like buying it, which... Boy, that would have been bad.
Thankfully, before RT closed, when they were doing RWBY Volume 9 Beyond, which I guess we could talk about if we have time.
I guess.
They announced, talks are going well, and the crew would still be involved.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, it was more so we have to actually, like, figure out what we're gonna do. Like, we're talking with people, but, like...
Yeah. Well,
business talks can go 1,000 different ways.
Well, that and, NDAs.
Yeah, obviously, because if you say it out loud before it's a thing, then they pull out. It'd be a big mess. You gotta be quiet. Mum's the word.
Yeah. And I'll just throw out that, like, there's been no announcement on Death Battle yet. Like...
Yeah, we got no idea about that mess.
That could also be the case, like, NDAs, like, they can't really say anything if they want to.
Yeah.
I just want people to understand that.
Yeah, people don't seem to get that, which is really weird. Like, people don't understand. If there's anything I've recently learned, like, I always knew, but I really, really got it hammer home into me, like, recently, just about from 1,000 different things. It's that 98.7% of people don't seem to know how the law works. Like, for a long time, I even saw the exact same thing. Like, people on the RWBY crew being harassed. It's like, you said you were going to tell us something. Why aren't you telling us things? Because we legally can't. We legally cannot do that.
Yeah, Barbara actually responded to someone like that.
It's like, we want to, but we can't. And if we did, everything would fail.
Sorry, just the way you said that reminds me of the end of that second Deadpool trailer.
Oh, okay.
When Deadpool... When Deadpool was saying, like, he can't do cocaine because it's, like, the one thing that Feige says is off limits.
Okay.
And Blind Owl asked, do you want to build a snowman? And he's like, yes! But I can't!
Well, there you go. So, there you go. And so mostly RWBY fans like us were just kind of living in a quasical denial state where we were just like, things are fine.
I was just holding on to that thing that was on the stream. The talks are going well and the crew will be involved.
Exactly. I mean, you were holding on to that sentiment for dear life because, like, at the same time, again, talks can go a million different ways. They could pull out at the last possible second. They could fall through, and they could not find anything, and then they would keep trying. But then they would be getting increasingly more desperate over and over, and bada bing, and then all of a sudden, boom! All of a sudden, RWBY is a damn motion comic or a normal comic. That would be bad. Or I guess the worst case scenario would be a novelization.
No, you know what the absolute worst case scenario would be, and I hate the fact that I actually saw people supporting this idea.
Oh boy, I think I know. Please, go ahead.
The show just gets rebooted.
Oh god, that would have been the worst. Okay. So, you should probably know. We'll talk about who specifically in a bit, but RWBY did, in fact, get a new purchaser and a funding, source and everything. But even then, people are like, okay, so now reboot it, and you're like, no, you goddamn idiots! Take what you can get.
That would be a terrible idea.
How about you get the last 3 seasons of the show, okay? And then if the show gets even more crazy, then fine, do some alt-world bullcrap, whatever. Point is, right here, right now, I am invested in this story. Do not start over. I don't care if you're still butthurt about the fact that things took a tonal shift during season 3. That's a personal problem. I like the way the show is. I like the way the characters are. I enjoy everything about it. I like how the story is progressing, and goddammit, I want to see a conclusion. So you can go ahead and take all of your desires for a reboot and jam them squarely up your ass.
Yeah, I mean, I could see RWBY getting another go around decades into the future, perhaps.
Whatever, man.
But
Just finish
the point
the goddamn story.
Yeah, finish the story before that.
We're literally in the last arc of the entire story. You can't do that.
For example, you want to hear how annoyed I was when Amazing Spider-Man 3 got cancelled? Very,
apparently. This man, he's a fan of the Spider-Man, you see. So it's serious.
Yeah, that's also part of why I was so pissed when that whole, Marvel-Sony deal, fell through years ago, and Tom Holland was gonna get pulled out of the MCU. Because it would have meant his story would have had no conclusion.
Indeed. We need
and
conclusions.
I would have been mad. Again.
We need closure. Closure! Give me closure! God.
To put this in perspective,
my point is...
say back in the day when Dragon Ball Z was still going.
Oh yeah, I was even going to use that as my example too.
Nice. Imagine the Cell games just being hyped up.
Yeah, they got announced.
Before everyone even gets to the arena, Z gets rebooted. Nope, we're going back to Raditz.
No, we're not going back to Raditz. We're going back to Dragon Ball. We're going back to King Piccolo, brother. Let's go!
Yeah. For all you're watching, how angry would you be if that happened?
Stupid! I'm sorry, man. I didn't
there
realize
are thousands, millions upon millions of other examples we could say.
Dude, I didn't realize I needed to vent so much about how upset I am about people demanding reboots and how entitled and asshole-ish they all are. I knew it bothered me, but I did not realize it was something we were going to talk about and how much it mattered to me. Yeah. It's damn, it feels good to just say that those people are stupid.
Oh, I will just throw this out there as a little something I've observed.
Okay.
The people that I've at least seen requesting that, or say at least part of the show just get retconned, and say we go back to a specific volume. Yeah, the common thing amongst them is that they just don't like bees.
No,
so
I never saw any of that.
I just want to say, that's just from what I've observed. I just want to say food for thought.
That is certainly interesting indeed. I had not personally experienced it, but you run different circles than I do, so that does make sense. That is unfortunate and has horrible implications. Regardless, what I do know is that basically anybody's like, fine, don't reboot it, just make it go back to right before the fall of Beacon, and we can just have ourselves a lovely little high school comedy forever. It's like, no.
At that point, why not just beg for RWBY Chibi to come back?
Nobody wants RWBY Chibi back. Nobody.
I'd like it back. I thought it was good.
Ah, of course you would. Oh, now we're coming to blows. Oh, here we go. This is how it all goes down. I hate to see it.
Like, some skits weren't great, but I still like the show well enough.
Alright, fine. It's just me who's a big stick in the mud about it. I admit as such. Regardless, the point of the matter is, people be mad stupid, and I'm sick of dealing with them, and goddamn, this fandom is just a goddamn train wreck, and I hate it. I hate it a lot. Well, I love the show, but I do not like the people who also watch the show because their opinions are trash.
Every fandom be like.
It really is. You know, look, listen to the small group of people that listen to us talk about this show. If you ever take any lessons from me at all as a person, this is the one thing I want to convey to you all. Never join a fandom ever. It's always a bad idea. Every fandom ever is bad. Stay away. Just take a step back. Enjoy the media that you enjoy on your own terms. If you've got some friends who enjoy it too, then you can hang out with them and talk and watch with them. But otherwise, stay away from strangers. They are crazy people, and they will make you sad.
That's basically what I do with pretty much anything I like.
Good.
Like,
I tell you, it's every fandom. You want to keep it in the Rooster Teeth cycle. The Death Battle fandom are a horror show, alright? You stay away from that mess. Just watch the silly videos. Anywho. Best not dwell on that for an hour and a half, because I easily could.
Well, one thing I will say is while we were waiting for the news, and trust me, I will transition to the announcement.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say it like this because it's funny.
Sure.
So,
go for it.
I've been back to posting new fanfiction of mine. A little follow-up to the last one, like in the future, the cast kids, and just what shenanigans they get up to.
RWBY fanfiction, just to be safe, to let everybody know.
Yeah, RWBY fanfiction. And I wrote a little chapter that's basically like a flashback. It's basically an excuse for me to write Blake and Yang's wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's something I really hope we get to see in the future.
Man's got dreams.
And I teed up a little something at the end. And later that day, the day I posted that chapter, we got the announcement.
Huzzah! And it was at some sort of anime expo. In fact, it might have been called Anime Expo, in fact. I'm not entirely sure.
Was.
Well, that's very aptly titled. But yeah, so RWBY is now owned by Viz Media, and gotta be honest with you, that's definitely one of the best possible outcomes we could have had. I saw a lot of people say that, you know, they expected Crunchyroll, and you know what? I understand I completely understand expecting Crunchyroll, considering they basically financed Ice Queendom. And I think they still have the rights to air that, which is interesting.
No, they didn't finance Ice Queendom. They financed Volume 9. That's why they got the exclusive streaming deal for a year.
I guess so. Regardless, it's weird that they didn't... Or maybe they did try and Viz just made a better offer? I have no idea. Either way, the show is okay.
Yeah, but the show has a new home, and it's Viz.
Actually, hang on a second. I should, go to the, news article about it, and then we can, talk about it and stuff. We know what we're doing, and it's a real podcast or something.
I've got a tab open here. So...
I got it open too.
Yeah, so they posted a video which was Carrie and Barbara just, saying RWBY's now a Viz property.
Viz is a manga and anime distributor. In case you were wondering, they basically distribute they take the mangas and they're the ones that sell them in America. And they're not some no-name group people. Like these are the people that actually handled pretty much every single anime that you could ever care about.
Yeah, so
almost, damn near almost.
Just the top of their website. Pokemon, Boruto, My Hero Academia, Naruto, Bleach.
Yeah, like the big ones, and like that's just from the very tip-top thingy of their thing. They've got like about 1.5 billion of the dang things. It's pretty crazy. Like everything in Shonen Jump, everything. So like this is a good get essentially. And I find it incredibly, yeah, and I consider it like honestly kind of amazing that the company is like, oh hell yeah, RWBY, oh yeah, no, that's worth investing in, and I'm like I always felt that way. It's interesting to see another company actually also agree with that. Yeah.
Well, even, like, before Rooster Teeth closed, they did say, like, the people they were talking to, well, including Viz, genuinely like RWBY and want to see it continue.
Yeah. And I mean, while I personally find... Okay, here's the thing, because this isn't the first time they worked with Viz. Viz, like, they distributed it and sold those anthology books.
And the mangas that were retelling the first couple volumes.
Now, admittedly, literally every single one of those things were highly dubious in quality, but that wasn't Viz's fault. They weren't the ones that wrote those. They just sold them. For the record, if you're like me and thought that those stories were weird, then you don't have to worry about that part. And I wait for my British friend to have any other comments.
I'm just leaving it there.
All right then, fair enough. He does not wish to touch that hole. Fair enough. So, but yeah, they're a big honking deal, and it's good. So this is good, and they gave a little Q&A.
Yeah.
And they say a lot of things, and some is good, some is not as good, but is hopeful.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go through them. What will happen to the official RWBY social handles?
Yeah.
Basically, all the accounts will stay active,
which is good. They don't have to make new ones.
And man,
including RWBY Japan.
Yeah. The official RWBY Twitter has been pretty active since the announcement, and it's great to see it back.
Oh man, hang on. I wonder if I can find it.
The day this was announced, there was like a huge back and forth between Viz and the official RWBY. And
they kept talking to each other.
Yeah, and basically, on her first day of entering the office, RWBY set fire to the office microwave.
And there was a picture. You have to find the picture and you have to put it up.
Oh, I will.
You have to show everybody. You have to. Okay, it's promise. You gotta show RWBY blowing up the microwave because it's funny. Okay, so they're kayfabe. The girls are settling into the new building, and it's pretty great. I'm pretty happy about it.
What does Viz have planned for the future of RWBY? They're exploring the production of new chapters in its saga, and they'll make announcements as soon as they can.
I gotta be honest with you, when I first read this, I was like, wait, new chapters? Oh no. Are they going to, finish the series through manga? I guess I could deal with that, but that's not what I was hoping for. That's not what that means. It just...
No, I imagine in terms of, animating the show, because they just distribute the manga and anime. They don't make animations themselves.
No, they do not. But they have the funding to invest in the construction of a team to do so.
Yeah, I mean it's either that or just reach out to another studio and just hire them to animate it.
Man, it would be weird if suddenly, like, this isn't going to happen, so don't worry, but it would be, like, weird, but also funny, like, alright, and then the last 3 volumes of RWBY are done in the style of, like, Ice Queendom.
I would take that, I'm not gonna lie. But at the same
I'd gladly take it. I'd gladly take it if it had to go that route. I don't think it will. I don't think it has to. I'm just saying I'd accept it.
It would be a little weird to, like, suddenly just go to a different animation style, or even just another engine, because I'm so used to Maya.
I know, but I mean, technically, the show did do it once before.
True.
Technically. Regardless, I'm pretty goddamn certain we're gonna keep the exact same art style as before. Because I'm sure you're gonna show the teaser image, which we'll talk in depth of in a bit.
Oh yeah. Has RWBY Volume 10 officially been confirmed? As of recording, not yet.
Not yet, no. They don't want to say it until it's, like, you know, set in stone and everything, which I'm okay with. I can respect that, because they don't want to, like, if they announced, like, Season 10 right here, right now, and then it took, like, you know, like 2 years to put the team, a team back together, because I can't imagine they got a whole lot of work done on Volume 10 at all. So they're basically starting from nothing.
They said they were going to work on what they can. I imagine they at least have it written.
Well,
like,
yeah, I'm sure they. I'm sure that much. But I mean, when it
maybe like
when
few
it comes
things
to literally,
like recorded, and
yeah, but definitely
they still
nothing
have
at all. Animated.
They still have the animatic.
Yeah,
and they did say we'd see like that return in some form in Volume 10.
Word, because that was a good animatic. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Also, probably the single most important thing of anything is the next one, and it's like, will Viz use former production team members in the future? And it's like, yeah, Carrie is involved. Thank God.
Thank God, Jesus.
That is legitimate. That was legitimately my biggest worry. I would have rather had the show die than not have the people who were working on it still be able to work on it. If they got all dumped and a new team got brought in, I would consider it fraudulent and would not watch it.
Yeah, I would be fucking terrified.
Yeah, I don't know. That would go. I don't.
If that was the case.
No, they don't know what they would do.
Yeah.
Scary.
I just want to make this clear, because I hate the fact that I've actually seen people like request for Kerry to not be involved. Those people are stupid.
They really are.
Like, back in the day, like, Kerry, Miles, and Monty, like, they planned out, like, everything. Well, not everything, but
the broad strokes.
Yeah, the broad strokes of just, like, these are the characters, this is, like, these are the story beats that we want to hit, this is where we ultimately want to end.
Yeah, this is the end goal. We know what the ending is.
Yeah. So
how we get there specifically, we haven't ironed out. That'll come when we get there. That was always the plan.
Yeah. So Kerry not being involved, that would be like the dumbest move you could make.
Yeah, it's like, no, that'd be completely no bueno. Because then you basically just get like a bunch of other people who never did anything on the show to show up. Yeah. Or even worse, okay, you know what? Screw it, I'll just bring it up.
As far as I know, I think Miles and Kerry had like this, like, they called it the tome.
Yes.
For all that. It's possible that even if they did bring in new people, Kerry could give them that, but whether or not they follow it...
That would be up to them. They could just do whatever they want.
Yeah, they could just choose, we're gonna do our own thing.
And here's the problem. That's exactly 112% exactly what a certain group, I ain't gonna say no dang names, a certain group wanted to do in the first place. It's like, ooh, give it to us. We'll make the real RWBY. And I'm like, hey, go away. Because I don't want that mess. I don't want your interpretation. Get that bullcrap out of here. So, thank God for that. Ain't happening. Grumpy people do not get to have their way. Huzzah. Where will RWBY Volumes 1 through 9 be available to watch? Where are we supposed to go? We don't know yet.
Yeah, they just say stay tuned for updates because they're exploring distribution for the series.
Admittedly, I'm not entirely sure
I would say
how that's going to go, because I don't think Viz would, I guess, have to broker a deal with a streaming service, so, like...
Yeah, why not Crunchyroll?
What? I mean, I guess?
Hey, Crunchyroll, you want to stream RWBY again? Sure.
Just give them money, or the Hulu. I don't care. Just put it up somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, all the anime franchises that Viz, deal with, they're on Crunchyroll as well.
Well, then there you go. So then they just gotta get their talks.
Yeah.
But also, re-releasing the home video releases, which I'm going to be honest with you, I deeply regret never having gotten prior. So I'm definitely going to be doing that when I can. Also, this isn't a minor thing, but it makes me happy, is because, like, will RWBY merch continue to be available? And they're like, we've got ideas. And I'm like, I'm real good with that, because look.
You gotta keep building that shrine.
Well, yes, I need lots more Weiss stuff, obviously. It's basic. It's basically my life. But my point is, you can say 1.5 million things about Rooster Teeth, but here's one of the things about them, all right? They were very much content to just slap the RWBY license on literally anything under the sun and just hoping that it worked out. I feel like Viz having more of a say on what merch is created will up the quality of the particular items in question. I don't think we're going to be getting a lot more things like the Great One. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, Kerry did show that he has, like, prototypes of Team RWBY Great Ones.
I've never been more jealous. Did you see the derpy Weiss? Did you see how derpy the doll was?
I saw them all.
It kills me. He should hold on to them. I respect that. But god damn it, it kills me knowing it's like there is something out there, Weiss related, that I will never have in my collection. It bothers me so much.
Just throwing this out there, I feel the same way about the Blake one. I would jump at the chance to have it, but I also feel like it should stay with Kerry, or if not him, it should go to Aaron.
It should go to somebody who really, really, really should have it. So, like, fine, acceptable. Regardless, just give me lots more, give me lots more Weiss merch. If possible, if possible, could you make more stuff of her smiling?
Same with Blake.
Because I don't know if you know this, but Weiss and Blake have both gone through, like, a lot of character development, and they're not particularly known for being grumpy anymore.
Yeah, Blake's actually a lot happier these days. I mean, I can't blame her for why.
Yeah, exactly. Whoosh. But and Weiss too, okay? She's been through a lot. She's a happier individual. She's more open. She is literally the goddamn heart holding this entire shabanko together. Let her have little tiny smirks. Side note. Hang on a second. I got a new thing not too terribly long ago. I pre-ordered it like over a dang year ago, and it finally showed up, and it's like, I'm not entirely sure exactly what a freaking noodle stopper is, but it's a Weiss noodle stopper. Yeah, and I love it because it's one of, like, 2, maybe 3 pieces of merchandise I own in all of RWBY merchandising history where she's smiling. She's so happy to be sitting on a noodle pot. Like, whatever, girl, you do you. I support you. Anyway, that's a side tangent.
Can I have one of those for Blake?
In retrospect, man, because
Please?
this is based off Ice Queendom, so, like, goddamn, you better do Weiss merch at freaking Ice Queendom. Come on now.
I have money. I'll give it to you if you make one of Blake.
I just make stuff. I will buy. I don't care. Just gimme. Anyway, that's another side tangent, but a fun one.
Speaking of stuff to buy.
Yeah, there you go. Transition.
Will the RWBY original soundtracks be available to stream and or buy?
Eventually, probably, maybe.
Yeah. I have heard, like, because Casey Williams made a video about it, there have been, like, songs and albums popping up on Spotify. Those are not official releases. Those are, like, some people trying to make money off of archiving stuff.
Yeah, so that's pretty scummy.
Report those.
Yeah, that's no good. When the music is back up, I'm 100% certain official sources will make note of it.
Yeah.
And I mean, the last thing is just Rooster Teeth subscriptions are dead, so
yeah, and
make note of that.
Like, they cancelled all the subscriptions to their fans, and even like refunded some of them because, well, that took a while because the laws are different per country, so they were like looking into it really hard.
So, admittedly, this entire press release is pretty vague, because the majority of it is just Viz saying, "We own RWBY now, we'd sure like to do some stuff, but we're not gonna commit to anything right now."
When we have more info, we will say.
Yeah. So, do we, like, move on to the one new thing we've got?
The image that they made, yes.
Yeah, okay, let's talk about that, because they released an image. Well, I mean, they released part of an image, and it was really low quality, and only just recently they posted, like, the full, real, like, higher res version of it, and I want a poster of it, but it's basically the Volume 10 teaser poster, essentially.
Yeah.
And it is beautiful, because it teases new RWBY outfits! The tradition continues! Every 3 volumes, the girls get new clothes. And
whenever they go to a new kingdom, new look.
Yeah, and considering they're in Vacuo now and they were in Atlas, they're going literally from a winter kingdom to a summer kingdom. They desperately needed new clothes.
Yeah.
Admittedly, we do not get a super duper great look because it is literally the backsides of all the girls. I am sure you are not complaining.
Yeah, and there's like, no, but there's also like shadow over like a lot of it, so we can't make out like a lot of details.
Yeah, it's basically, I want to say only like
the artist was like asked about like, can we get like a better look at the designs? And he responded, "What if I could?"
Yeah, it's like, literally cannot do that right now. It's like, but we want to make fan art. It's like, it's not stopped a lot of people from trying to make fan art. It's going to be fun seeing how accurate or horribly inaccurate a lot of them are. Because we only can see, like, the top left corner of each girl, and everything else is a shadow.
Yeah.
Although what details we do get from them are pretty great. Let's start with the not the girls that aren't our obsessions, so we can move on to them later. All right,
RWBY?
I think that's a good idea. Yeah, let's start with RWBY. RWBY doesn't look too terribly different.
Yeah, I thought that.
Like, it kind of looks like I think her arms are out now. Like, she has like a band on her left arm, but I want to say she's sleeveless now.
But then again, it could still be the sleeves from her Atlas outfit.
It could be. Like, it's really hard to tell. Like, out of everyone, it's interesting because it feels like RWBY and Yang look a lot like their previous outfits. There's just potentially less of it on now.
Oh, no. Whereas, there's more I can talk about with Yang's.
Okay, cool. I have something I could say about Yang's too. I'm debating if I should, but we'll get there. So, like, I mean, RWBY looks cool. She always looks cool, but it's really hard to gauge any new information about her outfit. She seems to have, like,
it looks like she's
really
got,
honking
like,
big bracelets.
Yeah, she's got, like, bracelets on her wrists.
Yeah, they're, like, real big. They're, like, chonkers. So, I mean,
but they might as well be they might as well be Shadow's inhibitor rings. Yeah,
essentially. They're really big. And I think her skirt is more... It might be more tamped down than before. I can't say I know. It's very hard to tell.
Yeah. It's not, like, poofy.
No, yeah, it's not poofy. It's, like, down. So, who knows, bro? Who knows? Look. Okay, there are two things I want to say about Yang. I'll just start with one. All right, she got her ponytail back. Hell yes, she looks so good with a ponytail.
People have been commenting on that.
God, she looks. During her depression era, where she was in sweatpants and a ponytail, that was best Yang. That was peak Yang. That was the best she ever looked. And
Also,
that sounds weird to say. That sounds weird to say. She looked her best when she was depressed. Oops. Well, that's not what I meant.
You know what?
The point is,
another example. The second crossover movie. She had a ponytail in that.
Had a ponytail. Yeah.
And a lot of people demanded that be her new hair.
Here's the thing. I've discussed this before. It is the inverse ponytail theorem. Essentially, the fact of the matter is, whatever a girl doesn't have, when she does have it, the serotonin levels boost astronomically in comparison. Yang normally has her hair down, right? So when she ties it up into a ponytail, your brain chemistry goes wiggity wiggity woo, and everyone is happy. The inverse is also true. You see, when that DC crossover movie came out, and Weiss, who normally always has a ponytail, has her hair down, that made my brain go woogada 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 woo, and a little bit overheated, but that's besides the point. It looked good. It looked real good. And Yang looks good with ponytail, and I'm glad she has it back.
Hang on, that's the first time that her hair's been down since the first few volumes whenever we saw them in their PJs.
Yep, I am very, very much aware of that. I assure you, I have chronologued a lot of information about Weiss. I knew that, yes. It was the first time her hair has been down since the pajama days. So, go ahead. What would you like to say about Yang's outfit?
Well, okay, so we got a better look at her, trousers or pants, as you would say. And I saw someone comment on this. It looks like there's tassels like all down the side.
Yeah, like so she got like some sort of like cowboy pants.
Yeah, which that is actually kind of perfect.
I mean, everybody has like for years people have been drawing, Yang with like the sort of a Western cowboy aesthetic because it just kind of fits her general vibe.
Yeah, I think that's actually what the OG outfit was going for.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if she does just straight up get those cowboy pants, then we are in a peak era indeed.
Yeah, and it looks like she's got like some big pockets on the side, so maybe they're a combination of like cowboy, cowgirl, trousers and like cargo pants.
It's possible. She needs big pockets because she needs to keep her sandwich in there. It's a good sandwich.
Yeah.
She's also got like she's got like a one sleeve thing going, at least on one of her arms. We can't see the other one. It's completely shadowed out.
Yeah. It kind of looks like, I think I've noticed a shadow of like what could be like a scarf or bandana, maybe around her waist.
It's possible. I mean, she's got some kind of sash going on there.
Yeah, she's always had that purple sash on her leg, so maybe that's it.
Yeah, maybe it moved up to her waistline. I don't know. We don't know. Maybe. All I know is that I don't see a ribbon tied around her pant legs, at least from what I can tell.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, also,
we weren't sure about this with RWBY, but Yang is, well, definitely sleeveless.
Yeah, she's got her guns out. In both senses of the word, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is good. Maybe if we're lucky. When
Muscles.
all the girls get their yeah, you know where I was going with this. When the girls get their new models.
When we got a taste of that in the crossover.
Yeah.
That set the fandom off. From,
like, bro.
Well, at least the people I follow.
Yeah, exactly. Like, bro, when you put the new models together, let Yang have arm muscles. Everyone's okay with you doing that. Just let it happen.
Like, give
She's
her a
literally the
six-pack.
brawler of the group. Look, how dare you put the thought of Yang's outfit exposing her stomach? That will not be what they do. Do not put that thought in my head.
To be honest,
but, yes,
from the look of the
nice.
outfit, it's not going to be.
No, I think she's got some kind of tank top thing going on here.
Yeah. Actually, now you say it, I think I can sort of see a bit of that. Yeah, going like from under her arm to like over her shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
so...
really close.
I mean, if you look real close at like her neck, she's got like some kind of collar thing going there too, which also looks like it's part of the top, whatever this thing is. I don't know. But so due to the way that this thing is colored, it kind of looks like her thing, her things, her parts, her bits. Bazow, you know, it's not obviously, but they should have colored it better.
Mm.
And that's Yang. So you want to talk about Blake?
I was gonna let you talk about Wise first.
Oh, you're talking about Blake first. I will talk about her when you are done.
Alright, well... Okay, so a lot of people comment on this part about Blake's look, and I'm just gonna get this out of the way. That hip to butt ratio.
They went all in on on what Blake is aesthetically known for.
Like, even like in some of the replies I saw, I think someone... I will never forget this comment.
Yeah, go ahead.
Someone said, damn, she's built like a Pixar mom.
A little bit. Admittedly, it might have something to do with the angle that she's standing at, but the girl got some hips.
Yeah. I mean,
this girl got... No, she's always had it, but like, dude, they are bigger here. They just are. She got a thin waist, and her hips go out to wazow, and then it makes the butt. She got the butt like bazoom. Okay. Be open about it. Be free. Set yourself free, mate. Set yourself free and be happy about it.
I am.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, aside from that, all I can really make out is that... Okay, well, she's just wearing, like, shirt and pants from... Oh, trousers from the look of it.
Yep, and, for the
rolled
record,
out sleeves, and she's wearing a black shirt.
Yeah, which is interesting, because... And I saw a lot of people complain about this for a long time, and I never minded it, and I don't think you ever minded it either. However, a lot of people were like... Considering Blake's entire color scheme, I mean, she always had white as part of her motif, so I never saw an issue with it, but people were like, they kept getting upset about her huge white coats.
Yeah, well, the whole symbolism of that is that Blake was coming out of her shadow. And
yeah, I know, I get that, I'm just saying, the point is, it looks like...
Becoming more open as a person, like, that's what they were going for.
I know. I get that, but my point is, I guess it's looking like the people that didn't want Blake to have the big white coats anymore don't gotta worry about that, because she's just got her sleeves all rolled up and she's ready for action. I'm guessing she'll have more color in other parts, it's hard to tell.
Yeah. Who knows, maybe it's
also,
maybe it's like a semi-open shirt and there's like a white tank top underneath.
Yeah, you would want that, wouldn't you?
Except with a tank top underneath.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, it looks like her hair's a little longer.
Well, I mean, hair does grow back.
I know, I'm just saying it's noteworthy.
Yeah, it's gone from like short to, just past the shoulder.
Yeah, so like it's longer now.
Yeah,
so that's something.
That's neat. And
she's also got. You want to say the thing? I mean, it's pretty noteworthy on her.
Yeah, she's got 2 piercings on her calves.
And she's got some kitty ear piercings. The world's ending, but the girl still wants to accessorize. Respect.
Yeah, and what's actually pretty funny about this. So, as a result of my fanfiction, I've been commissioning comics from AG Non-Search.
You sure have.
Mostly about Blake and Yang's future daughter, Yin. And in one of them, she's being babysat by Sun. When Blake and Yang get back, it does not end well.
They're bad at their jobs.
Yeah. Well, Sun and his entire team are...
Yeah.
Oof! All taken out by this
Murdered.
kid.
Murdered.
Especially Neptune, my god.
Yes. They're all dead, especially Neptune.
Like, the replies I saw of that, just like people feeling bad for Neptune exclusively.
Don't. He deserved it.
But anyway.
Anywho.
The important thing in that comic, Blake has piercings on her cat ears. It's the exact same amount, in the same place, on the same ear.
Impressive.
I messaged AG just like you called it.
Like, damn, she got that piercing styles. It's pretty good. I'm sure it's gonna look real dang swell when it comes out.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say about your cat, girl? Of that you are fond?
I mean, there's not a whole lot I can make out from the design, which I want to see the full thing.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man.
Oh, hold on. I can see the shadows of her shoes, and it looks like she's got something poking out the back of them.
Yeah, I see that too. It's also like she's got like one leg down, but the other one up on the rock, I think.
Well, it could be that she's just taking a step forward.
That's also possible. I think she's like mildly scaling that cliff a little bit.
Yeah. It's like one of those anime poses, like one person, like they're just like walking towards their leader.
Yeah.
As Yang's like in the back watching, like, dang, my baby sister is cool.
Yeah, well, to be fair, she do be. Which is honestly kind of funny, because now that I really look at it, the only one who isn't looking the way you could interpret it, like the one that isn't looking directly at RWBY is Weiss.
Nah.
Wait.
Nah, she is.
The way her head is turned implies that he's looking past it, but it's all an artistic interpretation.
I mean, we don't exactly see where her face is looking, so...
True. Eyes do have a good range. Oh, are you done with... Oh, so you want me to talk about her now?
Yeah.
Here we go! Alright, let me talk about Weiss for a little bit here, because I don't know if you know this, but I consider myself to be a bit of an aficionado on the girl. I like to catalog something. I have in fact made excruciating detailed notes about every single outfit that she's been seen in, and every form of media that she's been up to this point. So I feel like I'm actually a pretty good authority on Weiss outfits, and I gotta tell you, we don't get a lot to work with here, but what we can find, it says a lot about what she's going for on this one. Alright, now we'll start from the bottom and we'll work our way up. First things first, girl has ditched the high heels entirely. She is going full pumps. She's got flatbed shoes on it right there. The heels, they're still high. She's still getting that little boost in height. She's never going to let that one go. She needs that. It makes her feel tall, and we respect that. She's a short queen, but that's okay. She just needs that boost for a little self-esteem. Everybody's got a little something they're insecure about. You do you, girl. Alright. Heading up, you can sort of see the end cuffs of her boots. They seem to end right around her calves, and which it seems to imply to me that that's where the boots end off. And from considering the weather and the climate and what we'll be discussing a little bit later, we can safely assume that her legs from the skirt to the boot area will be fully exposed, giving us those amazing thighs. Now, there you go. See, now that's important to make note of, because we have not gotten a proper view of those for quite a while. Her outfits have definitely erred on the side of modesty, and you know what, again, you respect it, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Those Vacchio Sun deserts are going to be in the high 90s at minimum, so you gotta take those chances, people.
I will just quickly add on.
Yes? Yes, you may.
When it comes to parts, I think most people agree Weiss has got them legs. So
Weiss got them legs, and she is within her rights to absolutely flaunt those things, and I am here for it.
I think
and
even
the less
Kara
coverage,
commented on it once, assigning.
Absolutely, the fact that every girl has their basically their assigned part, and Weiss's has always been her leggies, and you know what? I'm here for it. They are lovely, and we need to see them more, and it's looking like that's exactly what we're gonna get. Now let's work our way up to the dress itself, and by Jove, we've got some little frilly-dillies going down here on the bottoms of the skirt area. Very interesting. In fact, if I may raise it up just a little bit more before we head back down to talk about some fighter details, we can check out her sleeves, which do not appear to be connected to the dress itself, and they also appear to be rather opaque.
Yeah, they're sort of see-through. You can see her arm through one of them.
You can see her arm through them, and the other one, with that shaded out, you can see the rock straight through it. So she's got these breezy arm covers. I guess she just doesn't feel too comfortable having all of her arms exposed, and that's fine. She found the perfect middle ground between letting us see them arms, but also shielding them a little bit from the sun's rays, because let's be real, girl grew up in the Icelands. She's gonna have she has got a very fair and pale complexion. She's gotta watch out for those sun's rays. That's just how it is.
I have seen people bring this up about, like, just this idea for Weiss and Vacuo.
Mm-hmm.
But what if they, like, regularly just show her, like, applying sun cream, or sunscreen, as you call it?
Boy, I sure wouldn't complain if they wanted to show us that. So, hey, mildly going back down to her hipular region, we can see at the very bare minimum, 2 pouches. On a vertical slant, so she's at least
belts,
they could be attached to belts. They could be attached to the dress itself.
Yeah, belts with pouches. Yeah. Like that's just a thing that really does cosplayers like have a place to put their things.
True. But Weiss has sort of made a name for herself for her pouches and belts when it came to her Elysian outfit. I think we've all seen that.
Yep.
I've drawn her a fair few times, and I've drawn that outfit a fair few times. That girl got some belts, and it has to be purely to hold up the pouches because nothing was ever in danger of slipping, so I'm not sure. But regardless, girl likes her belts.
Real quick, going back to Blake.
Very well, if you must.
Yeah, that's just reminded me, like, not gonna have anywhere near as many zips.
Yep, she's not. It's gonna be much easier for her to go to downtime, because as we have previously established with their last batch of outfits, it had to take a long-ass time for Blake to get in and out of that damn cat suit. So, there you go.
Yeah, so it must make going to the bathroom a pain.
Word. Alright, so now if I could just direct our attention back to Weiss, if it's all the same with you.
Yep, sorry about that.
So she's got her pouches. It's okay. She's still got her pouches. It's good. Gotta keep that dust in check. Gotta keep that safe. The entire outfit itself appears to be your usual white. It could easily also, the way the shadows kind of play off of it kind of makes it look like it's got a bluish hue potentially to it, which
Makes
is,
sense.
that's her usual style. Yeah, that's how she usually goes about it. But considering just how much of this outfit is opaque, I am curious. I really need to see the front of this thing because of the next aspect.
I need to see the front of all these outfits.
True, but I need to know. I need to know. All right, so here's the thing. Let me calm down. I gotta bring this down. I gotta keep this real.
Yeah, I'll just say fan artists have interpreted the front of Weiss's outfit in a multitude of ways.
I am the Weiss guy. I am the Weiss man. I will talk about the Weiss. Around her neck is a bit of a collar. It's of a clothular region, so there you go. Now see, what makes that interesting is because this girl's got her back exposed. She got her shoulders out. Shoulder blades are out, people. This is a code 5, okay? I don't think you understand. Sure, okay, admittedly. Everybody liked the Weiss leggies. I love the Weiss leggies. Everybody knows that. I'm not disparaging the leggies. However, the fact of the matter is, she's also got a good back, good shoulders, but they've always been contained. She's always kept that modesty high. And again, I respect that. I'm always fine with that. But the girl has decided to set them loose. She has decided to go full power, Mark! Full power! When the new model gets made and we see her from behind, she's going to have shoulder blade definition. You not understand how important this is. It's very important. We can only make guesstimates about how the front of the dress is going to ultimately look. But, at the very bare minimum, what we can tell is that it's very likely, because of the collar, that the front area is going to connect to her neck in order to fasten the dress up and keeping it from slipping down, which is fine. Now, it is my personal theory that, and going off of prior trends and Weiss's desire for modesty, she's always gone fairly out of her way to prevent cleavage exposure, that it's very likely, seeing as how we have been in fact blessed this day with her back and shoulders, that they will be covering her chest most modestly, with a firm strip of cloth right over them. And you know what? Acceptable. I take this trade. We still winning. Everything's fine here. However, there are obviously a whole lot of different interpretations you could possibly go. There could be a little bit of skin showing, like it could be like a little wraparound thing that kind of goes around her neck. A little crisscross thing. Because I personally feel like they'll probably go with that.
I have seen all of that look.
Yeah, so like, usually they go with that because with that little tiny bit of exposed skin, they can usually have her wear like a pretty ornate necklace or a little gem or something, because every outfit of hers so far has had one of those, and it'd be a shame if we lost that.
Makes sense.
Because that's something I'm not... Yeah, so like, basically, and by having the little like jewelry go over that small part of skin, it kind of detracts from staring at her skin itself, therefore kind of preserving the modesty in question. My major point here is that Weiss has always been very good at coordinating her outfits to make sure that, regardless of what is or is not visible, you never truly hyper-focus onto those parts specifically, because the whole thing just kind of comes together in a very cohesive way. And I'm inclined to believe that this is likely what they might end up doing, because, as it currently stands, Weiss does not seem to have a piece of jewelry anywhere on her. Even any of her trademark earrings do not appear to be attached. And considering they went out of the way to show the earrings on Blake's cat ear, you'd think that they would have added them here as well, which implies to me that maybe she doesn't want to lose them in the sands of Vacuo. It's possible.
To be fair, I don't think we can really see Weiss's ears that well, so...
Is that what you think? Is that what you think?
I mean,
well, I'm here to tell you that
the left side of her head, maybe.
On the left side, you can see an ear, and it all right. And look, I've seen Weiss's ears. I've drawn Weiss's ears. I've drawn every set of earrings this girl has ever had, and she loves them dangly style. Okay, she doesn't have those small little beads. She doesn't have any rings on those things. She's got dangles, and there are no dangles here. They would be right front and center. All right. So
okay, yeah, fair enough. I mean, she could still have like earrings, like maybe like I forget what they're called, like the ones where it's just like a little circle and maybe there's like a image or a jewel in it.
Hey now, that is more than totally possible. As we have stated, we don't get a lot of hyper detail on this picture here, so it's possible. And we don't see her right ear at all. It's possible she could be going for an asymmetrical style on this one and just wearing like a bunch of earrings onto one ear and leaving the other one bare.
That is also...
Girl's got a lot of options. Also, her hairpins and or tiara, it kind of varies from outfit to outfit, aren't also very pronounced either at this exact moment in time. So it feels like she might... It feels like... very, very differently for Weiss in comparison to every outfit we've seen up to her, this seems very minimalist, at least for her. I'm not seeing a lot of super unnecessary bits and bobs, not a lot of super accessories here, but I feel like it just ain't Weiss without some kind of gem or jewel on this girl somewhere, which makes me feel like there's gotta be some kind of shiny bauble somewhere around her chest.
You know,
that is my personal theory.
You know, you bring up the, like, headpiece, and I was just thinking, what if she's not wearing that anymore, on a due to Atlas being gone?
It's possible. It's possible. Weiss has a lot of things going on for her in this next volume. While, admittedly, the traumas that she endured were mildly touched upon in the crossover with DC not too terribly long ago, it would be a bit of a bummer if it was entirely swept away right out the gate. She has resolved herself into feeling like her home is where her friends and family are, and that's true. It's wise. It's good. However, she did still see her entire kingdom is rubble. Like, more so than any other kingdom, that place is gone, bro. That's gonna take a little extra time to be able to get through.
Yeah.
So, it's hard to say. Will she want to preserve the memories of Atlas in some way, or will she try to take a step away back and let go of the whole thing? We do not know. There are many paths. All perfectly valid as long as it makes her happy and healthy. That's all that matters to me. Regardless, this outfit does, like I said, it seems comparatively simple. But, as I have made a point...
I also think they all do.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. It's a summer styles. So, like, you gotta pare down, you gotta let go. And I gotta be honest, considering Rooster Teeth in RWBY especially, essentially, they've gone to such extraordinarily large lengths to never truly, really, like, upfrontedly present these girls as attractive. Like, it's an unspoken fact that they just are, but, like, you know, they never really expose parts of their body often. They're never put into, you know, compromising angles. Yeah, not for more than, like, a frame.
They might have made jokes, like, about Yang in particular.
They have, but, like, really, when you get down to it, it was never that bad, ever. The point is, fan service of that nature has never been something that they're super comfortable doing, which I understand. The point is, they are in the goddamn desert, they have to wear less, so it's going to be interesting once we actually get the full designs here, just how much they're willing to concede for that, you know? It's a delicate balancing act between depriving the fans of fan service, while also making sense to wear in a desert and not die. That messes up. Yeah. Regardless, both senses of the term, I suppose. Anyway, that has been my hyper-detailed analysis on Weiss's outfit so far.
And that's just from like what little we can see.
I like Weiss.
No, I'm actually kind of impressed. Like
I thought about this a lot. Feel free to join us next time.
You went for a more hyper-detailed thing. I went for a more simplistic, kind of like the outfits.
But yeah, feel free to join us next time when we get the full outfits, when I will do this all over again.
Yeah. I'm also just wondering, like, how exactly does Blake get the piercings? If there's even going to be a thing on that, there probably won't be, and like I might be looking a bit too much into it.
Well, considering RWBY Beyond, basically showed that a Vacchio is currently operating a fully functional, non-interrupted boba tea shop. Would it be too unrealistic to think that they've also got some kind of piercing shop over there somewhere? I feel like it makes a lot of sense.
I did have one idea, like, what if Carly helps with it?
Aren't they still in Menagerie?
Well, there's also the possibility that everyone in Menagerie could hop over to Vacchio to help out.
And I don't think they got enough room, bro. They already have literally the entire population of Atlas chilling there now, too.
Wait. No, I have an idea.
Yeah, that's an idea.
So, the battle for Vacchio happens, and I honestly, like, let's be real, I think Salem's gonna get a hold of the sword.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You gotta have everything be the darkest before the dawn and all that.
Yeah. So, as like a little retreat, where's everyone gonna go? To collect their bearings before inevitably going to the ruins of Vale for the final battle.
To Menagerie?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that would make sense. It's basically Australia.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, you know, Blake can get them there easy.
True enough. I suppose it's possible. One last quick trip there before we go into the final boss.
Yeah. Oh, no, we can have like a funny little thing of Yang meeting Blake's family.
Boy, everything always has to lead to that.
I want that scene, okay?
I'm aware, because, boy, you sure like to come up with situations that can make it happen.
Look, I like cute, nervous Yang.
I get it.
It's adorable.
It has unquestionably been one of the more humorous aspects of Yang, in that everybody always assumed that she would be the hyper-confident person in a relationship, when she is super not. The fact that she is a blushing, stuttering dork of a mess in romantic situations is objectively hilarious.
Yeah. Also, this idea keeps Gira and Carly safe.
Yeah, I know, you don't want them to die.
Yeah. At bare minimum, Carly.
Damn.
Like, at least keep her.
Damn. You realize how that sounds, right?
Yeah, I realized that partway through saying it, so I was like, at bare minimum, keep her alive.
Yeah, yeah, why would you want her to be the one to specifically survive? Indeed, I wonder. Anywho, we know where your allegiances lie.
Well, ideally both of them.
Easy. Oh, yeah, no, nice save. So, as it stands, we don't have the slightest goddamn clue when we're gonna get new RWBY content of any sort. And that is killing me.
Yeah, but all we know is the show does have a future.
It does, and you know what? That's, considering where we were, that's enough. For upwards of a year and a half.
Yeah.
After that point, I'm desperately going to need some more word.
We'll just get it, like, right after I upload this.
God, I would love to dream that. But again, considering the fact that RWBY basically needs to reconstruct their entire organization and hierarchy and get everything all sorted out, I don't feel like they're going to want to make a hard confirmation or announcement until they have something to show, and now that could easily take upwards of half a year at minimum.
Yeah, so, like, soonest, I mean, obviously today,
yeah,
but
I'd say realistically,
Friday the 19th of July 2024, that's when we're recording this.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, so
if that just so happens to be when the announcement happens, that'd be funny.
It would be funny, but realistically, I would say the earliest we could even remotely consider hearing anything about Volume 10, at least, you know, like,
maybe towards,
really,
like,
truly going down.
Towards the end of the year.
I was gonna say spring of 25. That's, unless they want to make a Christmas gift out of it, which they're more than welcome to do so. I will accept that. Now, I'm just trying to be realistic.
Which should be on Halloween because it's RWBY's birthday.
I don't know. I have to err on the side of more time, because, like, I just don't think that they just got through
I know. I'm
just getting the rights.
I'm just trying to make funnies.
I know you're trying to make the funnies. I get that. I'm just trying to say, you know, realistically, they got a lot of stuff they got to do, and it's gonna be a while. Because I don't know if you know this, but boy howdy, animation a bit of pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying we'll see the show come back in spring. I'm saying maybe by then.
Like, that's when we'll have, like,
some kind of teaser
announcement
at least.
Or something.
An announcement and maybe, like, a brief teaser, like,
yeah, no, I get you.
Here's RWBY's new model, or something like that, you know, that kind of thing. And at that point, then, like, I don't know, every part of me is saying that we should expect Volume 10 in 2026, which blows a lot, but, I mean, I'll deal, I'll cope. Think about this show a lot, Mark.
So do I.
It's a good show.
I mean, I write fan fiction based on its future.
It's true. And I have drawn Weiss so many times. Over 60. A lot of people can say that.
I write little stories about, like, the cast kids getting up to weird stuff.
You sure do. It's adorable. And I draw all sorts of things of varying weirdness.
Well, so the fact this show has a future makes us happy.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, we wouldn't be making this otherwise.
Yeah. And I do want to just briefly touch on, like, Death Battle because I know that's why a lot of people watch my channel.
Yeah, you know what? That's totally fair. Go for it.
Just briefly, then, if there's time, we can maybe talk about Volume 9 Beyond, if you like.
I mean, I suppose. We're already at an hour and 16 minutes.
That's rookie numbers for us.
I mean, that's fair. Alright, go ahead. Go ahead and talk about your Death Battle.
Yeah, well, there's been no announcement. And I just want to say, well, yeah, NDAs are a thing.
They are. Legally, they can't say nothing until they're allowed to say something, so you best not be harassing them about it.
Yeah, or even other fans.
Which is extra weird, because why do you think they know anything?
Yeah, I've actually seen people ask a reactor, when is Death Battle coming back? And I'm just like, bruh.
He doesn't know. He's just a dude. He's just some dude.
Yeah.
Alright, well,
I honestly,
yeah,
in terms of Death Battle coming back, one, I don't think we're getting, any episodes this year.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, so, if, when we get the announcement that Death Battle has a new home as well, I see Season 11 starting next year.
Yeah. At best.
Yeah. So, just gonna have to wait a little longer on Tom versus Wily.
Yeah, sadly. But
speaking of which, I want to ask you, because you brought up something in your Discord server about, a mobile game.
You saw that?
Which gives Tom absurd stats.
Okay, so there's it's either Chinese or Korean. I deeply apologize.
Wait, is this official?
It is 100% official.
Okay, because that's important.
It is a very official mobile game of Tom and Jerry called Tom and Jerry Chase. It's not playable in the Americas, but it is an official product. It is officially licensed. And in it, really, you just have various versions of Tom and Jerry characters running around and catching each other and bopping each other. You know, typical Tom and Jerry fare. However, they have a great deal of these events of all sorts of things. And in one of them, they basically establish the Tom and Jerry cosmology. And I know that sentence sounds insane, but I assure you, it gets weirder.
It really does.
It is officially compared to the cosmology of Sun Wukong, in that heaven itself is an infinite expanse. And this is important, because in heaven, there is essentially Yggdrasil, the life tree. You've probably seen it in at least some form of media one way or another. And this life tree is the containment of all known existence. Each one of its leaves contains its own entire universe and cosmos of universes inside. And it's a big tree, and it's got a lot of branches and a whole lot of leaves. So this is every possible universe timeline all at once. In this event, a dark force begins infecting and killing this life tree. Now, despite the fact that this tree, again, has the accumulative power of all known existence and realities conceivable by mortal mind, it is not strong enough to fight back this darkness. It is that powerful. You know who is strong enough to stop that darkness? Tom and goddamn Jerry are strong enough to stop that darkness. Basically meaning that Tom and Jerry are high outer versal in power output.
Which is nuts.
This would make them debatably the single most powerful combatants in Death Battle history.
Yeah.
At the very bare minimum, on par with Sun Wukong. And if you saw that episode, you know that that's a big thing to say.
And Hercules, because he did a very similar feat to what Sun did.
Indeed, indeed. And you might think, oh, well, that's just a one-off. I mean, it's not. There are multiple instances where Tom and Jerry save heaven, which, again, was very clearly made out to be an infinite expanse. They casually go up and down that escalator to get into the heavens all the damn time in this game. It gets nutty, okay? So no. And on top of this, you gotta consider the point of Tom and Jerry. Their entire shtick is that they're basically modular characters. You can basically plug and play them into any given timeline, situation, world event, movie, or whatever. Like,
yeah, like
it sounds insane.
They're not restricted to a specific canon.
Exactly. And it sounds insane to say it, but how is Tom and Jerry being put into the story of Journey to the West with Sun Wukong all that different than when they randomly get inserted into Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? It's just what they do. They go places, and they exist in the story at once. Also, just throwing this out there, there was a limited time event in which Bugs Bunny himself crossed over with the game, and he was summoned by a magical mirror, and basically what this means is that at the very, very, very bare minimum, Tom has equalized stats with Bugs Bunny.
Who I'm pretty sure is over Wily.
Oh, yes he is.
Yeah,
assuming... Look, here's the thing. It's possible Death Battle won't use this.
Oh, yeah, totally.
And you know what? That's fair. If they don't want to, they don't want to. I just desperately want them to, because, dear God, more people need to know about this mobile game and the crazy-ass crap that goes on in it. I need people to know. At the bare minimum, I want them to bring it up just so they can dismiss it, okay? I'll take what I can get.
Yeah, the people
I
listening
can't be the
to
only
this,
one to learn about
spread the word.
Yeah, just spread the word on it. That's all I ask. You don't have to use it. Do whatever you want. But tell people. Let the world know. So, yeah, there you go. I didn't think I'd be talking about that in this video, but there you go.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask about it because I saw it in the server and I'm like, wait, what? Mm-hmm. This happened?
Yeah. It did. It did. It buffed them a little bit. Goddamn. Anything else you would like to talk about before we go?
Aside from just briefly talking about V9 Beyond.
Alright. Basically they released four super shorts.
Yeah, that were just like
two of them really
mini stories about either while Team RWBY were in the Ever After or when they got back.
Yeah, and I mean, really, for our purposes, only two of them really matter. Like, I mean, one of them is a Sun and Neptune. One is a Sun and Neptune Junior Detectives romp. So if that's something you're super into. Yeah, like woo.
I say that I brought it back in the fanfiction.
Indeed. And another one is somewhat the mouse, being the protector of the Ever After and
which
whatnot.
Has implications.
It does, admittedly. But then there's the other two that I personally feel like matter the most. Is one about Jean and one about RWBY and Yang.
Yeah,
Jean's is the most. Yeah.
Let's talk about them in release order.
Okay, I don't really have a whole lot to say about the first two, but sure, go for it.
Well, the second one is Jean's.
Oh well, I don't remember. Man, whatever. Fine, talk about the.
Yeah. So
nerd herd.
So the Junior Detective thing, it's just Sun and Neptune trying to investigate stuff. Like, Sun believes that Team RWBY are still alive, and John. That's actually just how it's worded. It's just like, Team RWBY are missing Thunder. And John, too. And there's like a fart sound effect when his file comes on screen.
Yeah, they really don't have a high opinion of him, apparently.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just remembering from the video I made about it. I was doing like a weird detective thing with it.
He did have a mustache, it's true.
That was just me trying to have fun with it.
Yeah.
and like
May as
pulling
well.
suspicion on everything they did.
Yeah. So, they don't figure anything out.
Yeah. Although they like debate a whole bunch of things, and there's stuff on their whiteboard, including them playing tic-tac-toe.
Mm-hmm.
And they decide, oh, we'll talk to the head, we'll spy on the headmasters. They'll know what's up. So we get a shot of like this meeting that's going on. We get a first look at Theodore, which I like.
Yeah, little tease.
Yeah, it's nice to actually like see him visually after him showing up in the books.
Yep.
We also see Raven there.
It's true. She is on their side now.
Yeah, and like this is before Team RWBY are back.
So, she was convinced apparently pretty soon after they ended up disappearing, which is nice at least.
Yeah. Winter.
I don't forgive her for everything she did, but it's nice she's here. She's good with a sword.
Yeah. I imagine there's gonna be like a few scenes with her and Yang.
Oh yeah, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Continue.
Anyway, of course, Oscar and Ruby. Sorry, not Ruby. Oscar and Winter
What?
are there.
Huh?
Yeah, and one person who's all like hooded and cloaked, which we never find out who that is. Sun speculates that maybe that's the Summer Maiden. And like she's gotta be around.
If it is, she gonna die.
More than most likely. I've
That's
actually...
what maidens do, y'all.
This throws like a theory into contention because like Sun has a cousin that shows up at the end of the second book. Like she runs a dojo.
As you do.
And people have theorized, what if she's the Summer Maiden?
Well, they're wrong.
Yeah, because if it was her, I think Sun would have recognized it was her.
You'd think. But Sun's pretty stupid.
Well, that and, she was in disguise. Like, did you ever watch Thor Ragnarok? You put something over your head, people won't recognize you.
Put on some glasses, Clark Kent it up, y'all.
Yeah, but they get found by Crow, who literally yeets them out of the meeting.
Yeah, get out of here, comic relief. You have no place in this story anymore.
And where are your other two team members?
They don't exist. They died on the way back to their home planet, and you know that.
Along with Nolan, where's he?
I would be shocked, honestly, if we ever see them. Because, I mean, like, these are all done in a 2D format with drawings, and if they weren't going to bother putting them into this, they're going to bother giving them 3D models? Somehow I doubt it.
I feel like they'd kind of have to, otherwise the question of, like, where the hell are Scarlet and Sage? Like, it would just get silly.
At this point, that's their only value as characters, is the fact that it's funny that we don't know where the hell they ever went.
Yeah.
Just make a quick joke about it. It's like, hey, where's Scarlet and Sage? What's a Scarlet and Sage? Laugh track. Then we go back to important things.
Maybe. But it ends with, like, Sun believing that Team RWBY are still out there.
They are. Oh, he was lucky he was correct.
Yeah.
Good job.
Imagine if that's his reaction when they come back. He's just like, I told you!
I was correct! Huzzah!
He pulls a Family Guy and just, like, string out of nowhere, pulls it. There's confetti balloons and a bandana. Sun was right. I set that up years ago. Hey, where's the clown?
Funny. Anyway.
I like that joke.
You're allowed to like things. Wait, hang on. Anywho, so the second one then?
Yeah, the second one.
John's
having trouble.
I get to say you did the first one.
Okay, sorry.
Thank you. Jeez. John is having trouble readjusting to society, as one might probably assume. And I gotta be real with you. I'm personally happy to see it. Not for his personal suffering, mind you. Never happy about that. But I am really happy that the whole thing didn't just kind of get slid under the rug. Because, you know, the entire implications of everything that he went through in the Ever After are kind of friggin' deep as all hell. And you'd think it would weigh heavily upon his mind. And luckily, it is. Because, I mean, if he really did just immediately get over the entire experience, I'd flat out call that bad writing. And I'd like to think that they're better writers than that. And as it would turn out, they are.
Yeah. Although we get the information that, well, Nora likes to just tell people that Jean is the Rusted Knight.
Nobody believes it, because why would they?
Yeah, they just look at it like, well, okay, weirdo.
It is nice that everyone else believes it. I mean, they'd have no reason to think he would lie about something like that, especially with Team RWBY verifying it and everything. But still, you know, it is nice. It's like, huh.
I kind of want to see that conversation. It was just like, yeah, by the way, guys, you know the Rusted Knight from the girl who fell through the world? Maybe Nora makes a comment on him being handsome or something, and he's just like, yeah, turns out it was me. What?
I'm me.
Yeah, I'm the Rusted Knight.
Oh,
No, you're not.
He is. He was a rusty boy.
Wait.
But,
wait, what?
Yeah.
It actually was? Yeah,
was.
No, it was me. Well, imagine if they pull a red versus blue and Ren's just like, yeah, I knew that. Wait, you knew?
Yeah.
What, you guys didn't? It was so obvious.
So, yeah, Jean is just trying to live, but I mean, he spent an indeterminate amount of years. I personally kind of headcanon it as basically bare minimum being 30 years. Probably more, in the Ever After with a bunch of paper and stuff, and, you know, the fact that he basically got flash jumped back to being a young man again and thrown back into the previous situation that, let's be real here, I'm sure at some point something in John's head broke and he just realized, yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna get back. So, like, imagine being thrown back into this whole Salem situation after decades of having to deal with other stuff. It is gonna frazzle a man's brain.
Yeah,
this dude is easily in his 50s. Come on now.
Mentally, at least.
Yes, mentally. I say that counts. Plus, he has a white strand in his hair as a reminder, which was kind of weird that they left that there, but there you go.
Hey, continuity.
He talks to Oscar, and he's like, hey, you're like the only other person I can even remotely talk to about this and how it's messing with me. He's all like, yes, and, you know, and it's like, hey, you sounding an awful lot like Ozpin, and he's all like, uh-oh, no I don't. So,
the Oscar bit is kind of unsettling.
Ever so slightly.
Because I generally cannot tell if it's Oscar or Ozpin he's talking to.
And you know what? Something's starting to tell me that they aren't entirely sure either anymore.
Which is worrying.
We know that they're desperately trying to stop the merge, but how long can they manage it? Who knows? But,
and as someone who,
you know,
ships Rose Garden, I hope that they do get separated.
I mean, my personal headcanon really is like, once the two brothers beam back down from their spaceship and are like, yayo, bing bang shaboom, kill the Salem, bada boom, bada bing, you're all good. Then, like, Ozpin's soul can, like, leave Oscar and, like, go out into the afterlife and crap. You know, that sort of thing. That's how I'd do it. So that's probably how they won't do it. But it's an idea, at least.
Well, who knows?
Regardless.
Maybe as he's going into the afterlife, his soul, like, splits and we see all the past lives.
That'd be a lot of people.
That would be a lot more designs you'd have to come up with.
You could fudge the numbers a little bit. It'd be fine.
Depending on how many you want to do.
Yeah, anywho. He gives the best advice he possibly can to Jean, and, I mean, it's more so just, you just gotta keep going, man. Just gotta... You got this, essentially. I mean, he uses flowerier language, but basically it's just like, yo, life be crazy. You just kind of got to find a way to make it work.
Yeah. Oh, and we get shots of like him at the campfire with Alex and Lewis, and they show Nora, Ren, and Pura.
Because goddamn, they really just got to keep twisting that knife, don't they?
I was about to use that exact same wording.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, the thing is, and also, you know what this, I just feel like it's important for me to bring this up for entirely subjective reasons. The fact of the matter is, it's at the very bare minimum, again, Jean had to have spent at least 3 solid decades, minimum, in the Ever After. The fact that he still holds Pyrrha's memory in such extraordinarily high regard, even up to this point, really makes me, like, dude's gonna be carrying that torch to his grave, I feel, at this point. Like, if he hadn't gotten over it by now, he ain't ever.
I mean, they were still close. Like, he's still gonna be carrying on to her memory for a long time.
I know, I'm just saying, I feel like his fondness for her is just something that's just gonna be a part of him. Regardless, we'll see how his story ultimately plays out.
The fact I've seen people, like, draw, like, those two as, like, their future, I'm just like, this hurts. It's cute,
Yep.
but it hurts.
That's what dead ships do for you, buddy. Another timeline where things are a little more friendly.
Where nothing bad ever happens. Ever.
Yes, yes, yes. We will survive. And then somewhat does some stuff in the Ever After. And then the last one, which is the one that's actually...
Hold on. Let's not skip over somewhat.
Alright.
Yeah, we just get Summer's adventures through the Ever After. Narrated by RWBY.
It's true.
And, okay, so I have, like, sort of a cute headcanon.
Okay, go for it.
I brought it up in the video, like, I kind of like to imagine, like, say, RWBY's narrating this to someone, and one of my OCs is, like, her kid.
Yeah, that is cute.
So what if it's, like, a bedtime story for her?
It'd be a pretty swell bedtime story.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Magic mouse riding around on a bunny rabbit, saving the world. That sounds pretty dope to me.
Yeah, so somewhat goes back to all the locations in the Ever After we went to. Like, there's the flooded paper village, which is now getting rebuilt by the gems. The herbalist, the castle, when beats the Red Prince at his game, and he actually takes it well.
Character development.
Yeah, like we got some character development for the prince. I didn't see that coming.
Good for that guy.
Yeah. But fix your face, though.
Oh.
Yeah, then, someone goes, well, where Neo's mansion was.
Mamma mia.
And then a freaking portal opens.
Yeah, it does
and
that.
Somewhat says, "You're back!" So, one of those 5 returned to the Ever After.
Nah.
Like, I have so many questions on that.
Now, do you now?
Like, okay, well, I did a whole, like, big thing in the video I made.
You can watch it there.
To music from Ant-Man. Basically, I think it's RWBY.
You would.
It's the one that makes the most sense.
True enough.
I mean,
that mouse do like the RWBY.
It could just be like after they've beaten Salem and she just wants to use the stuff of creation.
I mean, I guess he could.
It's the exact same portal.
Create a portal to and from the Ever After.
Yeah, and just tell somewhat like, hey, yo, everything's good. Like, we stopped that.
Good, brah. We done it. All right, bye.
Obviously, it's going to be
giving you
more
that
than
update. Just giving you that quick update. Good luck with all that. And then she's out.
Then she'll ask someone, hey, what have you been up to? And she'll write the story. And then bing, bam, boom. Make a book.
There you go. There you go, Ruby the author. Take that, Blake.
Anyway.
Anywho. And then the last one...
Well, let's be real.
Yes?
I think she would ask Blake to help.
Probably, yeah. Anyway, in the last one, Ruby and Yang are having themselves a sisterly outing. And Ruby is accosted by various peoples like, hey, are you the Ruby? And then she's all like, yeah, I'm the Ruby. And it's a big mess, and she's not used to this kind of attention, but, you know, she's just kind of learning to cope with it. They also do a callback to the knees.
And then weird. We get a meme.
Why would Yang even remember that conversation? That's purely beneficial for us and no one else. But hey, whatever, it's appreciated. Anyway, so Yang, brings her over to a boba tea shop, and Ruby is big time happy about that because they got closed down where they were from, and they opened it up in Vecchio, so they go ahead and they have themselves a bit of a drink, and Yang is all like, hey, so here's the dilly, all right, so. Turns out, in the Ever After, you were seriously hurting. Like, emotionally, you were damn old devastated. And we did... by we, mostly Yang. Mostly Yang. And I guess Blake to an extent. Weiss definitely picked up on it, but anyway. The point is... We really didn't support you as much as we probably should. We just kept leaning on you, and we were like, oh, dang, she's never going to break. She's Ruby, and that's not cool. And I feel pretty bad about that. So, and Yang is like, so I'm sorry. And Ruby's all like, hey, yo, it's cool. Life's a journey. We're all growing. We're all making changes. Life be scary, y'all. And sometimes, being a gal who's a leader... I'm like, I can't feel these negative feelings. I gotta be strong for all the peeps. But, man, sometimes I ain't feeling so fresh. And Yang's all like, hey, yo, I get that. So I'm gonna support you even more now. And so are Blake and Weiss. But they're not in this short, so don't worry about that part. And then is like, okay, so let's come up with, like, a code word. And she's all like, a code word? Yeah, so when one of us really needs that, and we can cut through the bull honky and just go straight to it and need that emotional support, we use a code word. And Ruby says, alright, it's gonna be boba. And they were like, yeah. And it was nice. And then the short ended, and it was cute. I liked that one.
Yeah. And I do just want to comment on a couple things. One, yeah, Weiss and Blake not being in it. It sucks, but...
It was painful!
This...
Couldn't give us a little Weiss and Blake. Couldn't give us a little bit of, just a little taste of the gals. Knowing how long it's going to take us to be able to see them again. I see how it is.
But at the same time, this kind of needed to be a Ruby and Yang thing.
Yeah, it did. They needed to be all sistery about it and all that jazz.
Yeah. So, yeah, I get it.
Would
have been nice to see Weiss and Blake for sure.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
the tapioca just get stuck in the... Wouldn't the tapioca just get stuck in the straw? Boba tea. I don't get it. It's got the tapioca balls at the bottom of the drink. And if you're drinking from the drink, what stops the tapioca from just getting wedged into the straw and stopping you from being able to drink it?
I mean, ideally, the straw's got to be wide enough so you can just, eat the balls.
Wait, so the tapioca comes through the straw and into your mouth?
Yeah, it does that, and then you just, pop them in your mouth.
Oh, that sounds so unpleasant.
I've had them. They're nice.
I don't want my drinks to have chunks.
No, they're not chunks. They're little, balls with, liquid.
So, they're grapes?
Basically.
That's weird. I don't get it.
Now, the ones I've had, there's, mango and peach. There's strawberry and apple. There's
roots.
There's also flavors. There's a Stoller the place where I work that sells them.
I'll never understand the youths.
They're nice.
With their crazy ass chewy drinks.
They're very sweet and fruity. At least the ones I've had.
No. Well, Ruby and Yang seem to dig it, so good for them.
Yeah.
And there you go. I believe we're
also kind of
caught up now.
To bring up.
Wah.
We kind of glossed over it earlier. Vale got attacked.
Yeah, it does that sometimes.
And all the refugees are in Vacuo, including Port and Ublek. Like, this is all from the animatic.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are speculating, oh, is Tai there? Is he okay? We still don't know.
We have no freaking idea where Tai is.
Yeah,
Ruby and Yang have no idea.
It.
Nobody knows. They bring it up, but like, they just kind of shrug it off.
Let Tai survive. Please.
No, you'd think they'd just kill Glenda off at this point, right?
I mean, as far as we know, she stayed behind.
I know, but like at this point, like if you're not going to give her a new voice actress or make her important anymore, just
no,
have
she
Port
has
go,
a new voice actress.
Well, then that makes even less sense. Then either have her be a character or have Port go, oh, they attacked Vale and now Glenda's dead as hell. Oh, bummer. You know, just like get it over with, bro. Like
dude, she has a new voice actress in Ice Queendom and the crossover.
Man, look, that just emphasizes my point. Either make her a character or don't.
Well, maybe her and Tai will show up later.
Maybe.
With reinforcements, because that's what Tai is doing. He's going around recruiting people.
He's Nick Fury.
He's going to bring the cavalry.
He's going to assemble the Avengers.
I've actually seen people, like, speculate with that's like, a future crossover.
I mean, I kind of doubt it.
I'd take it.
But man, it'd be wild, but I kind of doubt it. Alright, we'll see. We'll see. The future is now as open-ended as it could ever possibly be for RWBY.
Until we get Volume 10.
When and what and how that happens, I don't know. We just kind of have to wait.
Mm-hmm.
You got anything else you want to say, or are we good?
I think we're good. Just saying, like, yeah, RWBY has its new home, and
yeah. And it's the best.
Yeah, I do just also want to say, like, just thank you to RWBY and also just Rooster Teeth for everything.
That's fair.
Yeah, because, like, it is where RWBY began.
It is, and it shall always be in the history books.
Yeah.
As a pretty swell time.
I would like for, like, maybe, like, in Volume 10, there's some sort of, like, tribute.
I mean, I imagine there would probably be if they could swing it.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be, like, focused on, it could just be, like, a little background detail.
Yeah, that's the classy way.
Yeah. Preferably with the old logo.
You gotta get classy. It's like, what was that new logo? Terrible. Atrocious. There you go. So to, you know, anybody and everybody who literally just listened to us talk about this for basically almost 2 straight hours, I don't understand why, but I appreciate you, and I hope you got whatever it is you were looking for out of what we just done and said.
Yeah. And, when Volume 10 gets announced, well, we're going to be real happy.
We'll be there.
And we'll do discussions on every episode. I did throw this idea out to you, like, what if we went back and did talks on, like, the other volumes? Like, not episode by episode.
Yeah, just the volumes.
Yeah.
I'd say it depends entirely on how long it takes for us to get to Volume 10. We get them withdrawals.
Yeah, I mean, we could just still do it.
Yeah, it's possible.
Like, volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4.
stuff that we never covered because we didn't do the thing yet.
Yeah. We started partway through Volume 5.
It's like, how? Like, yeah, we did start in Volume 5. That means we've been doing this little mini podcasty thing sporadically for over 5 years.
Jesus.
That does not sound right. It feels like we've been doing this for like 3 months. Damn. Where does time go?
Yeah, it started on your channel as well.
It did, and then I went over to yours.
Yeah.
Because I am always so goddamn busy. I'm so sorry. It took forever for me to have the time to even do this. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I'll keep trying to make time. I just gotta make my buffer. It's hard.
Well, think about this. If we didn't wait, then we wouldn't have got the full Volume 10 teaser image.
It's true. That's true. Because that did literally only just come out. Like, so that's pretty handy. Okay, fine. I shall give myself the minorest of kudos on that one. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So
there is one other thing I do want to make a little joke on.
What?
Because I mentioned in the fanfiction I teed something the day that we got the Viz announcement.
He sure did.
Yeah, the thing I teed up was Blake and Yang having a second kid.
Now they've got 2 cats.
Yeah. So the first one is Yin Belladonna. This one is Lian Xiaolong.
Because it sounds like a lion.
Well, I mean...
Because he's a kitty cat.
I mean, it's also the fact that, like, that name, like, means sun. So it works with, like, the sun dragon name with Xiaolong. Like, alludes to yellow, like, that sort of thing.
Yeah, but you also did choose it because it sounds a lot like lion.
Well, yeah.
Because you like the puns.
It just works perfectly, okay?
It works very well.
Yeah.
He's got cat feet. Beans.
And, okay, admittedly I don't have a render of him yet, but one day.
One day.
So, there is another chapter coming where he does play, it's a him and Yin, focus one.
Ooh.
I'm gonna just say, like, because I teed him up, then we get the Viz announcement. I post a chapter where he finally shows up. Then, well, my fanfic reaches 500 reads.
Hell yeah, brother.
I swear, when that chapter comes out, if that's the day we get the Volume 10 announcement...
He will be the chosen one.
Yeah, he's the chosen one of RWBY BOCs.
There you go. Which means that makes him... If it happens, that makes him the most canon of all. All other OCs can't even compare to his power.
Wait, that would include Yin.
He will gift some of the residual power to her. It's like Captain Marvel.
Like,
he can bestow the power to others.
Like, it will never happen, but, like, if this is just, like, a stupid pipe dream, but if, like, Yin and the others somehow became canon... At that point, I think I could die happy.
Man's got a dream, and dreams aren't crimes. So... I'm really tired. Okay, so,
I'm hungry.
Here's the thing. Yeah, we're a lot of things. So, thank you for watching. Whether Volume 10 comes out, or we decide to talk about previous seasons, or we finally I finally get off my butt and am able to actually work on the secret project we've been working on for a while. Maybe we can make that into a thing. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not promising Jack. I just want it to happen either way. Eventually, at some point, we will return, and we will talk about our favorite gals again, and it will be good times.
Hell yeah, well.
And I am going to eat so many pizza rolls and take a nap.
Sounds like a good time. Bye.
Bye-bye. I've been holding the Weiss plush for 2 hours, so I regret nothing.